Hello, Montgomery community. Welcome to our last chapel for the month of February the 26th. Let's begin with our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now let's do our birthdays. We're going to cross over from our February birthdays into March. So starting with today, the 26th, sixth grader Sydney Lamb. Happy birthday to Sydney. On Saturday, tomorrow, seventh grader Addison Becky. Happy birthday, Addie. On Sunday, the 28th, fourth grader Brady Wang. Happy birthday, Brady. Next week, Tuesday, the 2nd, sixth grader Carter Lundmark. Happy birthday to Carter. Also on Tuesday, the 2nd, our art teacher, Miss Nauer. Happy birthday, Kim. And two more birthdays on Thursday, the 4th, two seventh graders. First is Arthur Miller. Happy birthday to Arthur. And Alejandro Juarez. Happy birthday to Alejandro. Welcome to Montgomery. Also looking ahead to the end of the summer, can you believe it? For half birthdays. We have two half birthdays on the 27th of August. One is sixth grader Jack Halliday, and one is second grader Everett Ada. Happy half to Jack and Everett. And on the 29th, first grader Gary Ott. Happy half birthday, Gary. And finally on the 31st, fourth grader Sarah Odake. Happy half to you, Sarah. Now let's sing. All right. Thank you for your rousing voices. Now for a few quick announcements. School portraits, taking your picture, will be on Monday and Tuesday. Watch for an email with details on the day of your portrait or the day of your child's portrait if you're watching from home, including remote learners with the appropriate attire. So everyone will be included. On Wednesday the 3rd, we have an all-school half-day professional day. So we will not have school on campus on Wednesday. We will have a half-day professional day. And just a reminder that Schoolhouse News is our weekly mailing, comes out every Sunday. Lots of details coming up about the annual benefit, the golf outing, parent-teacher conferences, other important news. So be sure to read it when it's delivered to your email every Sunday. And that's it for announcements. It is time for me to do my duty to introduce today's special chapel speaker, and that is 8th grader Autumn Blair. Autumn is a lifer at Montgomery, having started here in the pre-K. She has literally grown up on our campus, and for those who have been here during that time, seen her also before school, after school, pitching in all sorts of different ways. She is an incredibly conscientious, hard worker, and she always has a twinkle in her eye. She loves to play. She has very strong family ties, some of whom you may be aware of. She's a great sister, and she's a helper. She has strong morals and values. Some of her teachers described her as a graceful person. After my own heart, I like that. So I am very excited to introduce Autumn, and I think you'll enjoy what she has to share with you today as a community. Take it away, Autumn.
Thank you for the warm welcome. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Today I will be talking about what I've learned from quarantine. This pandemic hasn't been easy to get through, but during the process, not only has quarantine taught me a lot about myself, it has also taught me many lessons that apply to our everyday lives. There are a few of them that stood out to me, and I'm going to talk about how these lessons helped me through quarantine and how you can apply it to your life. I'm going to start with my family. They play a big part in my life and have helped me through quarantine. Some know my family very well, but for those who don't, I'm going to introduce them. Beginning with my dad. He's the head men's basketball coach at Westchester University. He enjoys spending time with family. Next is my mom. Many know her from school, either teaching, gym class, or on the athletic fields. She strives for the best in her children and works hard in everything she does. Now Hunter, who is 19 years old, a 2016 Montgomery graduate, and now attends Westchester University. He's the goofball in the house and loves making people laugh. Next is Dylan. He's also a Montgomery graduate and now goes to Downingtown West High School where he plays basketball, which is a big passion of his. Lastly is Hayden. She also goes to Montgomery and she's in 6th grade and plays basketball and soccer. I'm going to start off with having gratitude and being grateful. I think many people have taken the little things for granted before COVID happened, and I've realized how important it is to be grateful and for what you have, even if it's something simple. An example of this was before quarantine, I took school for granted. Whether it was the family-style lunches and the excitement of finding out your new lunch tables, or Montgomery traditions such as Fall Fun Day or Greek and Roman games that we missed out on. Even though we had virtual Greek and Roman games, it wasn't the same without the pep rally, face painting, and excitement as usual. Now I'm very grateful that I get to go into school and get live teaching. I know that many people don't have that opportunity recently, so now when I go into school, I go with a better mindset. I'm also grateful for all the teachers' hard work and the accommodations they've made to make this possible. Something that I've also been grateful over quarantine was my support system. It has been a very hard time for many people, some more than others, but I'm grateful that they have stood by my side through it all. I believe it is very important to have people around you that support and love you. Without my support system, it would have been much more difficult to navigate through these demanding times. Support systems can be there for the hard decisions that you have to make. For example, the 8th graders having to decide which school they're going to attend next year. But support systems aren't just there for the hard times, but they're also there to enjoy the good times and make you laugh. Finding your group of people that support you may be hard, but it is those who want the best for you and endlessly support you. Here's just a glimpse of my support system, which includes my family members, friends from school, friends out of school, and my lacrosse team. So many holidays were a lot different this year, but my family and I used teamwork to make it the best. The holiday that stood out to me that I think my family used the most teamwork was Thanksgiving. So if you didn't know, this is what my normal Thanksgiving looks like. Averaging around 60 to 75 people a year, with a big preparation, making lots of food, cleaning, and setting the table, and so on. Obviously, it was a lot different this year. We only had 6 people. But we put our heads together and decided to make it memorable. We played many minute-to-win-it games, where it was 3v3 having to work together to win. Many people know that everyone in my family is very competitive, so these games were no joke. Don't worry, I was on the winning team all 3 times. We then used more teamwork to make dinner, lots of food. My mom still thought 70 people were coming. We all worked in the kitchen, helping each other and communicating, and dinner came out perfect. Well, there might have been some mashed potatoes because of a mixer malfunction, but we made it work. Teamwork is a skill that will develop and you will use more as you grow older. Whether it's during a sport, a school project, or even setting the table for dinner, it's a quality that we all use and don't even notice. Lastly, I've learned no matter the situation to make the best of it and enjoy the moment. Although times were super hard, and we were constantly adjusting to the changes of hybrid, remote, and in-person learning, the guidelines were changing, and so many other little things that would affect our lives, I realized to enjoy the moment. For example, it was really hard to stay away from friends and not do the things I love, but it was the only way to stay safe. So I took the best from the situation and grew my family and I's relationship. We watched many movies, had ping pong tournaments, hot tub parties, and especially, everyone's favorite, made TikToks.
Yo.
I get the party lit outside.
Left hand first, put your right hand on top. Now, mop, yeah, mop. Left hand first, now put your right hand on top. Now, mop. Give me something on. come give me something, oh. 'Cause I can't stop loving, since I got a taste of your love. Baby, come give me some.
It was a chance to make something great out of a not so great situation. Another time that I decided to make the best of the situation was to learn something new and take on a new hobby. During quarantine, I decided since I had nothing better to do, I made dinner for my family. They enjoyed it very much, except Dylan thought it was okay or not bad, which was his response for everything. So I continued to make new recipes and cook and bake with different members of my family each night. Instead of sitting around watching Netflix, which don't get me wrong, I love doing that, I decided to spend time with my family while being productive. Although I enjoyed baking before quarantine, COVID enhanced my culinary skills to become not just a baker, but a cook also. Clearly, I talked a lot about my family, but that's what my quarantine was filled with. I was stuck with them. But they really helped me get through this and have taught me these lessons along the way. So my challenge for you today is to think about the lessons you've learned from quarantine and how these lessons will help you during life. Also, to thank your teachers for how hard they've been working to make our school year possible and to make it great. Thank you and have a wonderful rest of your day.